You start in a tavern. Just kidding, you're in my kitchen! My name is Sarah E. Taylor, and welcome to Nerd Culture Cooking. Now, I don't claim to be a chef or like a cook or anything. I'm just an actor, nerd, likes to cook, likes to eat. We are starting with Dungeons and Dragons. If you don't know what Dungeons and Dragons are, you must be living under a rock or a product of the 1980s Satanic Panic. Dungeons and Dragons is a whimsical, magical tabletop RPG game. It is where you and a group adventure through these different worlds like the Forgotten Realms or Eberron, goblins, dungeons, have a really fun time. Excuse me. With that said, in Dungeons and Dragons, you may find yourself eating or in a tavern during your short rests where your characters will imbibe in some food and drink. So, Hero's Feast, which is written by Kyle Newman, John Peterson, and Michael Witwer for, my mom's calling. It features recipes for humans, elves, dwarves, and halflings. We are going to start with the first recipe, which is Traveler's Stew. We are going to need 1/4 cup of all-purpose flour, kosher salt, and freshly ground pepper, 1 tablespoon of vegetable oil, 1 cup of dark beer. The dark beer really gives that malty flavor. 4 cups of low sodium beef broth, 1 teaspoon of paprika, 1 large yellow onion chopped, 2 carrots peeled and cut into 1/2-inch rounds, 3 Yukon Gold potatoes peeled and cut. Now, they didn't have any Yukon Gold potatoes when I went to the store, naturally, so we're going to be using the red potatoes. And then we also need a 1/4 cup of parsley. You can't forget your beef as well. Now, this came already cut. You can always buy it uncut and cut it to your liking. Well, we are gonna start cooking. The first thing we need to do is cook the beef for a little bit before we can actually put it in the stew. So, let's get cooking. So what we're doing is we're going to add our teaspoon of salt in there. We're going to add a 1/4 cup of flour in here because we want to coat the beef. Ground pepper, just do a little bit like that. So we need to evenly coat all the beef. I'm just moving it around like this. And then we're gonna put it in our pot that's next to me, and we will start cooking the beef. You want to put the vegetable oil in and then the beef in. You don't have to cook it all at the same time. It's better not to. You want to just brown it, and then we'll put it in on a plate that's next to me now. So at this point, you have all this scraping. So you want to scrape it. So we pour in the beer. On a little bit more. And do a little bit more scraping. There you go. Now it comes up real nice. Now we can add the beef back. Now we add 4 cups of broth. And we're going to use a little bit of paprika. Here's a teaspoon. Okay. All right, now that we have our stew covered, our stew in the making, I should say, we have to wait about an hour and a half, 2 hours of simmer. That way everything gets soaked up. So I will see you in about an hour and a half, 2 hours, but you'll see me in like 30 seconds, less than that. That smells great. So now we're going to put the potatoes in, we're going to put the carrots in, and then we're going to put the onions in. And we're going to let that simmer for 30 minutes to 45 minutes. All right, so we had plenty of time for this to simmer and to soak up all the flavors. I did it for about a few hours. It says like an hour and a half to like 2 hours, but I like to do a little bit longer. It really soaks up everything. So we are going to try it. I don't have any medieval bowls yet, so we'll do that soon. The meat is really tender. That's a great sign. Okay. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.